Welcome to Hekate's Crossing. Okay, I'm going to do some free tarot readings. Okay, what I'm going to do is I want you to comment down below with your question. Okay, if you comment down below with your question, I will do a selection of readings. Okay, so I want you to really think about the question that you're asking. Okay, so think about your spirituality, your journey, maybe your finances, your work situation, maybe a current relationship that you're in. So you're looking at how you can improve your relationship. You're looking at how you, what do you need to know in regards to your work environment? Why you react in a certain way in regards to your finances. How can you develop your spirituality? What do your spirit guides or your deities or the angels need you to know at this time in regards to your current situation? So you're looking at what's going on for you right now. So please type in your questions down below. And so I am going to do some free tarot card readings, but you must type in your question down below. And if you wish to donate, you're going to then get something a little bit more. So your free readings are going to, you can decide whether you want an oracle, crystal grid oracle. So let me show you what the crystal grid oracle cards are. So that's those there. So you can see with the crystal grids. Okay. So that's your crystal grid oracle, and that's the guidebook there. Then I also have the green witch oracle. Okay, and with the guidebook here. So let me put this forward. Yeah, and with the guidebook. Okay, and then the tarot deck is the Telerik Tarot. Okay, so we've got the Telerik Tarot. So we've got the Major Arcana. Okay, so let me show you what the Major Arcana is like. So Major Arcana, of course, have the circles. Then this is the emotions. The emotions. The drive. The mind. And the domain. So let me check, make sure I've got that right. So yeah, these are the, so let's have a look. So this is the Major Arcana, which is all about the soul. Yep, so that's your emotions with the triangle that goes down. And you've got your drive, which is your emotions, which is your triangle that goes up. And this is the mind. And then that's the domain. Just to give you an idea. So they're all crystals and plants, of course, so we can go a little bit deeper in that, of course. So yeah, basically what I want to do is sort of dive into a little bit deeper with these, with the free tarot readings. And if you want to donate, of course, by clicking on the link down below, you're going to get a lot more information, of course. don't forget to leave a message. So yeah, if you want a free tarot card reading, please leave your message down below. Think about your question, and so that's it from me. Take care and blessed be. Right, hi, welcome. Okay, now I know Egyptian famous. Hi, welcome, and SP, Marwa, Aldona, and hi Ashley, how are you? Right, so I'm going to begin this. So you saw the introduction with the decks that I've got here. There will be other decks as well. I just use that for that promotion. Yeah, basically. So that was something extra. For those that may watch this playback, the extra readings. Okay, so don't keep calling me sweetheart, Marwa. It sounds awful. Ugh. Don't need you to keep trying to. Okay, SP, you're first. Egyptian famous will come in and out. She'll get her reading when she comes back in, when she types up her question. Nothing. Right, SP. Now, let me just sort this out. For the chat program, you only have to type your question in once. You don't have to keep typing in your question. Just once will do. Right. What is going on in my job? Things are slow and project assigned to me, although it'll be ready soon. What's coming up for you in regards to work? Right. Take a nice deep breath. What is going on my job front? Things are slow and project assigned to me, although it'll be routine. What's coming up for you? Right. Remember, I'm only doing a 2-card reading, so you're not going to get details. If you want details, don't forget the donation link down below. Oh, I normally pin it, don't I? I knew there was something I forgot to do. So let me just get this sorted. Need to pin that link. Okay, so just gonna do a couple of little things. Okay, I've got to change the banner. No more pre-recorded. Right. So just take a breath. Right, message pinned. Right, take a nice deep breath in through your nose, out through your mouth. What is coming up for you? Right, okay, so you've got that Seven of Domain, Seven of Pentacles. So what do you actually want to bring into your life? What do you actually want to bring into your journey? Okay, what do you actually want to bring into it? It's all about reflecting on what do you actually want to bring into your life. So there might be some things that you are walking into, maybe walking away from. So it's really about really reflecting on what's important to you, SP. What do you really want to bring into your life? Because there's some things that you might need to walk away from before you can walk into something new. So it does take a lot of reflection, a lot of thought, a lot of really focusing on what you want to do. So that's a lot of things. It's about using your own intuition, your own ability to trust in your own mind and what you actually want to bring into your life. What do you want to harvest? Those are the things that are important. So those are the choices that you've got to make. So what do you need to actually walk away from before you can walk into something that you truly want for your environment? Really is about trusting in your own abilities to make those decisions. So there are some things that you have to sort of really reflect on and think about. Okay, another one. What will happen next if I get back to my ex? Feel like you'll be giving a lot of yourself away. Does seem to be giving yourself away. What will happen next if you get back to with your ex? Feels like you'll be giving away a lot of yourself. I don't know if it'll feel very unbalanced. Might find yourself having to deal with your emotions in many ways. Okay, there could be a lot of giving unconditionally, giving away of yourself, and might be dealing with your emotions. A lot of it is about nurturing your own emotions. So you could be quite an emotional, could find yourself being a bit of an emotional aspect as you give away a lot of yourself. Up to you totally what you do. But you could be dealing with a lot of emotions. You could find yourself giving, and I don't know how much you will receive. So some things to think about if you decide to get back with your ex. Okay, Aldona. A general. Yep. Well, it's up to you, really, Marwa. It's up to you what you decide to do. Sometimes you have to think about Y's and X and X. Can I have a general? Right, let's have a look. Okay. Feels like you're bringing a project or something into fruition. There's a birth of something new coming into play. So there's that. So there's a lot of choices and decisions that are yet to be made. So does feel like there's a sense of fertility within the situation that's going on at the moment. It does feel like there's a new project or something that's coming into fruition, and nurturing of yourself is really important, but it could be that you're nurturing others as well. But there are a lot of choices to be made. It feels like you're standing still in the moment and having to reflect on where you need to go, what path you need to take. It does feel like there's a lot of choices yet to be made. So yeah, so it does feel like there's a birth of something new there. Right, Ashley, you're next. Just need your so Ashley, just need your question. Just waiting for Ashley's question. And Egyptian famous. Oh, Ashley, yep, just need your question, Ashley. Oh, didn't show up, Ashley. Let's see why. Let's see why it didn't post. Okay. Ashley, it's not showing up. Your question's not showing up. For some reason. Let's have a look. Oh, okay. It's finally gone. Oh, it's come through. There, now it's come through. Cool. When will my Sagittarius? It's not going to give you an actual when. I don't know if he will. I don't think he'll reach out to actually be his girlfriend, but there might be some other don't think it'll be about that. It'll be more about just you want to go on a date. Okay, we've got so it really is about the rushing into it. It feels like he's making some plans or he's strategizing. I just feel like you're rushing and trying to rush into things. It just talks about you've got the like very similar to the Knight of Swords here. So Knight of Swords is just sort of saying slow down, slow your roll, slow down. Your mind's racing ahead of things. Really is about nurturing your emotions. I don't think things are going to go quite the way you expect them to. Just think you just need to slow down. You really get you've got the Queen of like Queen of Cups here, Queen of Emotions. So it's very much about nurturing your own emotions. I don't think things are going to go quite the way you expect them to. Just slow down, take a breath, and just take care of yourself. Just nurture yourself. Okay. Hi, Toka. Thank you for the donation. Wow. Okay, Ashley, just slow down, just take a breath and nurture yourself at this time. Really is about nurturing you. Wow. That's awesome. Let me just do this. Right, so I just need your question. You're welcome, Ashley. Right, so right. So just need a question. So right. Right, thank you. Yep. Right, so this is quite a decent reading. So let's have a look here. Okay, and because it's posted actually, it doesn't feel right. That's what he does. Let's have a look. page. Right. Oops, just move that out of the way. Okay, to start with, okay, we're looking at things moving quite, just feel like there's a sense of intense feelings. You're asking about your connection. It does feel like things move quite quickly. Feels like the potential was really there with success. It's just walking. Oh, there's a sense of walking away from something, trying to find a sense of balance in the situation. So we're looking at things as though there's something that's been really there, that things have been quite intense with the situation. It does feel like there was a real strong connection. But it felt like he walked away from something. It feels like he was afraid with things. He was trying to find a sense of balance within the situation. It does feel like that he was like you guys were moving in the right direction. It feels like there was a potential there, but he walked away. But there is that sense of walking away from something because being afraid or being things are being too intense in the situation. So walking away from the situation. So it's looking at what's being held on. So something is being held on quite tightly. Maybe focusing on things that were out of control. Felt like things were a little bit out of control. There was definitely that connection there. So there was definitely a really sort of deep connection on some level, but felt that there were some choices that needed to be made. So taking time out was a really important part of the journey. I feel like the camera's dropped. Let me just fix that up a bit. There we go. That's better. So it's really been about nurturing yourself. So it does feel as though things are being quite, like something being held on to quite tightly, that there's been a lot of focus on things that were sort of a little bit out of control. Felt like things were, there were a lot of choices and decisions that needed to be made to trying to find a sense of balance within the relationship. So taking time out was really, really important to sort of reflect on nurturing your emotions, nurturing the emotions, which has been really, really important there. So let's have a look. Again, at the crossroads. Crossroads. Okay, so it does feel like there are some decisions that need to be made. It's all about dealing with the heart, with the heartbreak or the sorrow, the sense of betrayal maybe that you might be feeling, going through the transformations that you're going through right now, being able to look at what needs to be faced. And I feel like that's exactly what T's doing at the moment. It's really about looking at what they're afraid of, what's going on, and trying to find a sense of moderation in the situation, being able to find that sense of not being too excessive with their emotions, trying to rein things in a little bit. So dealing with the heartbreak, the transformation, the changes, what's been afraid of. So that's some of the things that you might need to look at as well. What are you afraid of? What the transformation and the changes taking place. Okay, so we've got here, we finally look at memories of the past. Again, you get that sense of being chained to the situation, maybe to repeated patterns and things like that, trying to have this awakening within oneself. I feel like there's an awakening coming up here. I feel like there's a possibility of new adventures, having that clarity within your journey. So it does feel like there's a lot of stuff going on here. It does feel like there's a lot of intensity. There's a lot of choices and things that need to be made. A lot of things that need to be faced and need to be looked at in many ways. Okay, so it does feel like there's a lot of stuff going on here with the relationship. There's a lot of stuff that you might need to look at, but I think also T may be looking at within himself, looking at what's being chained to his situation, maybe what addictions or what sort of like more like past habits or repeated patterns that have been going on. There is an awakening to the situation. So let's do the last. Let's give us an overview about his current feelings. So what's his current feelings at this time? Feels like they're giving us a lot of information here. So there's a sense of new beginnings. That's interesting. Feels like it's one step at a time. Do feel like there's like a one step at a time sort of situation going on here. Sense of romance. Trying to look beyond the illusion of what's actually going on, look beyond the surface of it all, trying to manifest what he desires. And then you've got the Knight of Water here, which is talking about some sort of romance. So it could deal with, like, at the moment, he's sort of, there is that sense of wanting new beginnings, having a look at the relationship, the surface of what's actually going on, being able to use his skills and his abilities to create the romance that he wants in his life. So there is that sense with the Knight of Water here. Does feel like there's that sense of romance. And I asked, you know, what his feelings are towards you, and it gives you that sense of romantic. So he definitely feels like there is that connection, but there's a lot of work that needs to be done. Does feel like there was a lot of work that he may be dealing with, a lot of stuff that he might be dealing with at this time. So it does feel like there is that connection there. There definitely feels like there was that connection. Definitely feels like there's some romance. So there's definitely some caring, kind energy, loving energy. So we got the sense of moon magic. So it's talking about connecting with his own rhythms and cycles. We've got this ocean of love. So it definitely feels like there's some deep love, caring energy coming through quite strongly there. But it's also about, you know, somebody feels like there was without a care, there was a disregard for their own feelings. Disregard for their own feelings. Feels like that they were being ignored in some way. So all about trusting in your own knowledge, trusting in the knowledge that lies within you. It's all about using your inner strength to move forward. Okay, it's using that endurance, that stamina, that sense of sort of moving ahead with the knowledge that you gain. So yeah, quite a lot of information there that you might want to come back to and listen at some stage, but it definitely feels as though there's a lot of stuff going on. So there's definitely that caring energy. It does feel like there's a sense of love. There is that connection. But for some reason, feels like some emotions were ignored or disregarded in some way. So hopefully that sort of gives you the information that might help. Yeah. So yes, I do feel like that he misses you. There's definitely that connection there, and it feels like he wants to work through with himself. He feels like he's doing a lot of shadow work, like he's really trying to find the answers that lie within him. So definitely so he's trying to look beyond the illusion to start again, to start fresh, and to have that romance. So I feel like there's a lot of work that you may need to be working with as well. So there is a lot of stuff going on there. So I'm just trying to have a look here. So what have we got? So we got some 8s here. I just want to see. Also a lot of major cards. Water. A lot of romance. Just feel like there's a lot of emotion and stuff going on. The majors, let's have a look. A lot of thoughts and things as well. So I definitely feel like there's a lot of emotions in the situation. A lot of sort of passion, desires. There's quite a lot of thought, perceptions, and ideas about the situation. Just feel like there's a need to stay grounded. Might be a need to really sort of stay grounded in your emotions so that you have a clearer head. Because I feel like your mind's sort of swirling quite a lot. It's definitely making a huge impact in your life. There's definitely a lot of stuff going on that gives you a huge impact and things that are going on. 2, 5, 3. So yeah, it does feel like there's a lot of stuff going on for you. It feels very impactful. But I think it's really important that you stay grounded, that you're able to sort of look at things from a physical aspect too, to be able to have a clear head with everything. So hopefully that gives you a lot of information to reflect on, to think about in many ways. So yeah. Right. So we've got Bun Bun. So let me just do this free list. do that very well. Right, so let's do Bun Bun first. Right. What does Tao want to say to me? Who's Tao? Is this a relationship? Oh, there we go. Okay, the two cards that popped out. We've got the 7. So interesting. Looking at what do you actually want to bring into your life? What do you truly want? Yeah. Question is, what do you truly want in your life? How do you manifest things? Can you look beyond the illusion? How can you use your skills and abilities to manifest what you desire? Are you looking beyond the surface? It's interesting here because this card here, like the Magician, can also talk about being having a sleight of hand, like things may not always be as they seem. There may be something more to the picture, so to speak. So what do you truly want? Feels like there's more to the situation than it appears. So it might be a chance for you to really do some sort of soul searching here. Really look at what you truly, truly want in the situation, and are you able to sort of look beyond the surface? And you're in no contact. Yeah. So that's what you've got to decide, what you truly want right now. How do you make yourself happy? The Tower. Feels like things are not quite with the Tower card, there is that sort of doom and gloom that things are reaching a stage where there's a need for enlightenment through understanding with what's actually going on for you. I think you need to really look at things, look at the walls that are crumbling. It feels like everything's sort of crumbling around you right now. So you've really got to decide what are you focusing on? What are you really focusing on? There are some things in life you cannot control. Some things you sort of got to sort of let go and enable you to look at the things that are positive in your life. Look at the things that you can control. So basically, is he going to contact you? No, not at this stage. There really is that need for you to sort of just allow things to crumble around you in a way so that you can rebuild your life for yourself. Really about focusing on you is super, super important here. About focusing on the things that you can control, because there's some things in life you cannot. So it's really about you deciding what you want to do for you. So Shweta, just need your question. Okay, there's a couple of books that are quite good. A couple more books too I could add to that. Okay, so let's have a look. Yes, it can be difficult to let go, so that's where the work is important. Huh. 9 of Swords. Feels like there's a lot of stress and worry. He's feeling very stressed, feels like it's a bit of a nightmare. I think it's very much about looking at what lessons have you learning from the situation here. Really looking at what you're learning. Interesting. This card flew out too, so I'm going to include it in this reading here. It really is about nurturing the truth of the situation, looking at the actual facts of what's actually going on here. Does feel like things are a bit of a nightmare, a bit of a worry and a stress going on. Does feel like there is a sense of an awakening in some way. Maybe having a looking at your lessons that you need to learn from the situation, and allow yourself the to really look at the nurture the facts of the situation. Maybe there's more to it and you need to really sort of look at the actual facts. Don't let your emotions sort of, I want to say, don't let your emotions overwhelm you, or don't let your emotions get the better of your mind. But yeah, does feel like there's a bit of a worry, a bit of a stress. Does feel like what Summit's next actions after reading your emails. Feels like he's stressed and worried about something. Does feel like it's a bit of a nightmare. So I don't know what that it's about, but what was written in the emails, I have no idea. But it does feel like it's looking at your lessons. Maybe there's lessons that he's learning with the situation as well. So yeah, no idea. Okay, so I'm just going to grab a book. Let's see if I can grab it without. Oh, here it is. It's right on top. This is a really good book, Journey of the Heart. Powerful new approach to intimate relationships, path of personal and spiritual discovery, whose challenges call forth our deepest strengths and resources. This is a really good book to read anyway. So that's a few books that you could look into. So I think that's about it for me. I think I'm just about over that hour. So let's do the ending soon. Let's do the... Don't do that quite yet. Just bringing that up. But I do want to bring in the okay, so I don't know if there's any other questions or any other donation readings. So what I'm going to do right now is to do a pick a cut pile. Oh, yeah, Egyptian famous. I was waiting for you back. Well, I was sitting here waiting for you. Egyptian famous, yes, definitely. Definitely waiting for you. So, cool. Okay. Is it safe for you to move to Las Vegas? Okay. Whew. Okay. 7 of Cups. So it's all about making the wise decisions. I think you need to really look at each path individually about what will happen if you move to Las Vegas, or I think you need to look at what's going on for you right now. I'm getting a sense of sort of like facing your shadow. I'm getting a sense of you facing your shadow side, the emotional aspects of it. Quite interesting here. So we get that sense of the past catching up with you. I just got the words like the past and things like feels like there's a dissatisfaction with what's going on for you. So I think you need to really look at what you're being offered. Okay, what are you actually being offered here? You need to really look at things in a much more closer path. I think you need to trust yourself a little bit more with what's going on here. I think you need to sort of take a breath take a breath, Egyptian famous. Take a breath for a moment and reflect on what's actually happening right now and what would happen if you do move to Las Vegas. I feel it's very much about empowering you to create the I want to say create the boundaries. I think you really need, and I know that might be, I get the sense of really needing to focus on you creating your boundaries, you creating the ability to make the decision. Okay, it's really about you being able to make the choices to be in alignment within oneself emotionally, mentally, and physically. I think there's a sense of really allowing yourself to be in alignment within yourself, allowing yourself to look at the paths that you're going to be taking and to be able to really look at the past and what was happening. So taking some time out is super important, to just have this breath. I think you need to sort of disconnect from everybody else's opinions and thoughts about the situation. Really find some alone time for yourself to really sort of get so that you can make the decision. I feel like this has to be about you. This has to be about your decision, your thoughts. And I think that's not an easy thing for you. I think ultimately the decision has to be yours about what you choose to do. Because you've got like the 7 of Cups here. So I do feel like there's that sense of really needing to look at your own path, your own decisions for yourself. Okay. So is it safe for you to move to Las Vegas? Well, ultimately the decision has to be yours, because I don't know your background. I don't know what you're just where you are or what's going on. Basically, they're saying to you that it's really up to you to decide, because you know your situation better than anyone else. You know your situation better than anyone else. So that's where you just got to take a breath. Take some time out. Okay? Right. Nettie. Okay, let me just write up this free list, and then the list will be closed. Oops, I forgot. Right, so Nettie is next. What are my staff is feeling towards you? Okay. Oh, some interesting cards here. Okay, first card that comes out is the 5 of Swords, basically. 5 of Air is that whole thing of or Five of Minds, if you like, is that whole thing of feeling defeated and having a quarrel. Things are not quite, I do feel like it's in a no-win situation, feeling like there's a no-win situation, which seems really, really important here. Now, this card here, as you have that whole sense here of things, I want to say like a clean slate. Feel like there's a need for a clean slate. Okay, so maybe they're feeling at the moment, they might be feeling a little defeated, maybe things not moving quite in the right direction they want, and so there is a need for a clean slate. There is that thing that the design will unfold, that things will sort of start to happen in divine timing. So there might be more to the story than meets the eye. You don't get too I also sort of like don't get too sort of tangled up in the bigger and things that are happening, in the details. Don't get too bogged down by the details. I just feel like things are just unfold. Just let things unfold naturally. Don't sort of worry too much about it. Just let things be. So I'm just waiting for Honey's question. So, hi, Honey. Yes, yes, yes. Just type in your question, Honey. So just take a breath. Oh, shoot, I was going to do pick a pile, wasn't I? I never got around to doing that. So, Honey, Starry Night, and then Martina. So I'm just waiting for Honey's question and Starry Night's question. If you want to know if you've got any spiritual attachments, everybody has them. And the best way to work through them is to clear. Whew. Yes, Starry Night, you've got a lot of spiritual attachments that need clearing. It's all part of clearing away. The attachments can come from many aspects, not just people. Spiritual attachments can come from the past. Just clearing away. Just waiting for Honey's question as well, but I'll just do Starry Night. Okay, spiritual attachments, yes. The best thing to look at that is past life stuff. We all have spiritual attachments in all to do with the past life. Past life energy that you need to clear at this time. So let's have a look. Okay, let's have a look at spiritual attachments. I clear using soul energy clearing. Pendulum and charts. Okay, take a deep breath, Starry Night. Take a nice deep breath. I'll show you. So what is Starry Night carrying on from past life? Let's have a look. Okay. So in the past, so you may have a thing about being in groups. You may not like being in groups. You might not. No, I use soul energy clearing. There's lots of things. You'd have to have a look at you have to look at Ko-Fi to get the details of some of the things that I do. Okay, so it could be in your past life that you lived in a group. You lived in a group of other people. Oh, spiritual attachments as in entities. Also, you need to protect yourself then in other ways. Well, you didn't explain it when you said spiritual attachments. They can be anything. Okay, so you're talking about spiritual entities. Okay, spiritual entities. No. Did you have any spiritual entities? No, you don't. You don't have any you don't have any entities attached to you. You're not possessed. You're not having any attachments. I think you'd know if you had any spiritual attachments. If you had any entities attached to you, there would be things that are happening. You definitely wouldn't need to ask if you had a spiritual attachment. Yeah. Just because you sense spirits, it doesn't mean that there's an attachment. I have spirits around me all the time. It doesn't mean it's attachment. Starry Nights, there are spirits around you. Doesn't necessarily mean that there's an attachment. Could be because you have a sense of could be clairvoyance, clairsentient if it's more spirit and more sensing. Don't want to use that one. Let's do. Oops. I feel like it's someone that's passed over. Just because you have someone that's connected to you doesn't necessarily mean it's a that can be about yourself more so than about it might not be you that has the attachment. That's what I said about the past life stuff. Let's have a look. So you want to know about your relationships. You want to know about things that are happening around you. What's going on. I actually don't sense any. I don't feel it like it's attachment when you're talking about your relationships and things like that. It's how much power you give to it. It's about the awakening. You need to act with discernment with this situation. It's about finding a sense of clarity within yourself. Okay, I think you're giving too much power to what's happening with your relationships. I think it's about you needing to sort of take a moment, take a breath. Starry Nights. I think you need to sort of talk to somebody. Maybe you need to talk to a professional, like a counselor or I certainly, or a spiritual leader, if maybe even a spiritual leader, a clergy or something like that. But I think you need to sort of act with a little bit of discernment with the situation that's going on. Yeah, don't give power over to spirits. Yeah. You know, you can be in control of your own life. Hi, Jenna. You know, make sure you stay cleansed. Make sure you stay protected. Working with crystals, working with salt. You know, doing all those things should be natural part of your... If you're working with... You're not sure how? Okay. Starry nights. Take a nice deep breath. In through your nose and out through your mouth. I just want to do something here. Just take a moment, take a breath. Okay, I'm going to do something right now. If you're willing, if everyone can just wait a minute. Everyone can just wait a mo. I just want to do something here for Starry Nights. Just want to take a nice deep breath, Starry Nights. In through your nose and out through your mouth. Okay, take a nice deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. In through your nose and out through your mouth. In through your nose, hold. And out through your mouth really slowly. Do this a few more times. Okay, what I want you to do, Starry Nights, I want you to focus on the rose quartz. Okay, so I want you to focus on the energy of the rose quartz, of receiving the energy of love, unconditional love. And you're going to feel that energy. Okay, you're going to feel that energy coming within your own body. Feel the rose quartz radiating around you. The rose quartz, you're absorbing all that energy. Feel the love, feel the love, feel the love. Feel that rose quartz energy surging through your body. Feel yourself absorbing all that rose quartz energy. Once you feel yourself totally full, you're going to start sending this rose quartz out into the world. Send the rose quartz out of yourself. Feel the love radiating out into the world. Feel yourself filling up with the rose quartz as you radiate it out. Filling yourself up with the rose quartz as you send it out into the world. See yourself surrounded totally by the rose quartz pink energy, light pink energy surrounding the world. And you're feeling protected. You're feeling yourself loved and protected by the light. Feel yourself totally protected with the light. You radiate love. Nothing can touch you but love. Only love. Feel the energy. Feel the love. Nice deep breath in through your nose, out through your mouth. Okay, we're going to call on the angels, the archangels. Archangel Michael is going to cut away any attachments, any negative thoughts, anything that does not serve you well, as he cloaks you in protection. He surrounds you with protection. Archangel Raphael allows you the healing that you need. You feel the love. You feel the guidance. You feel yourself at peace. Feel yourself moving forward. And you say to yourself, I am who I am. I exist because I am. I am love. I am freedom. I am liberation. I am who I am. I exist because I am. I am love. I am freedom. I am liberation. Nice deep breath in through your nose. Out through your nose. And say, I radiate love. I love who I am. I radiate love. I love who I am. I radiate love. Nice deep breath in through your nose, out through your mouth. In through your nose, out through your mouth. Feel the love. Feel yourself protected. Feel yourself loved. Nice deep breath in through your nose, out through your mouth. Nice deep breath. I love who I am. I radiate love. Nice deep breath. I am protected. I am protected. I am love. I radiate love. Nice deep breath. Take a moment to breathe. And slowly bring yourself back into the room. When you're ready, open your eyes and find yourself at peace. How are you feeling? How do you feel? Shake your fingers. Stamp your feet. Feel grounded. Give your shoulders a shake. How do you feel? Whew. Whew. Shaking it out. That's it. Feel yourself feel grounded again. Feel yourself at inner peace. Right. So I was waiting for Honey's question. Never got around to it, did I? Good. Brilliant. Yep, Jaguar. So Martina. I was waiting for Honey's question, but Honey never came up. Yes, it is powerful to say you love yourself. Right, Martina. Well, hopefully that helped you, Starry Nights. Yep, it's all good, Martina. Yeah, I know sometimes it can buff depending on your internet connection. Yep, Jenna, you're on the list. Don't worry. Right. Because I love someone else. Should you move on? Feels like there's a lot of worry and stress in the situation that's going on. Feels like there's a lot of worry and stress happening with this. Yeah. I think it's about you moving on. I think it's causing you a lot more worry and stress that you need to have in your life. So there is a sense about taking back your power. With the Seven of Swords here, it does feel like that sense of really taking back, or Seven of Mind, should I say, really about taking back your own power, your own strength. Stand in your own power. If he likes you, he'll let you know. You know, if he wants to be a part of your life, he'll let you know. But at this stage, it's about you sort of taking back your power, standing in your own power, being able to sort of do what you need to do for you. Okay, there's a couple of things here that I think might help. These are 3 books that I can totally recommend. So it's about you standing in your own power, really. Take back your own power. So, Martina, so let's have a look. Who was after? Now, Honey never typed in her message, so I'm waiting for Honey. Then I've got Jenna. Okay, let me just type up this free list. So I was waiting for Honey. I don't know what happened there. Jaguar. Oh, sorry, Jenny. Yeah, Jaguar. Sorry, Jaguar. Jaguar. Jenna. And X. H. Okay, right. I'm just sort of writing up everyone's names. Yep. Right. Yep, everything's good. Everything's good. We're getting there slowly. Had a lot of me time, which has been quite good. Right, so I don't know where Honey is. I was waiting for Honey's message, but no idea. That's all right, no worries. So let's have a look. Yeah, that's all right. That's no worries. Okay, so Jaguar was... Everyone will get a reading anyway, even if it's not in complete order. No worries, no worries with listing. I just know even if I don't I don't know where Honey is. She typed in but never typed in a message. She sort of asked for a reading but never actually... Let's see if I can find it. Yeah, she didn't actually type in a message, just, hey, may I get a reading? Yep. So she may have flicked out again. Something might have happened. What is Spirit? Oh, of course. I'm totally lost the plot. Whew. Just my head. What does Spirit want me to know about my connection with Rick? Okay, question with Rick. Connection with Rick. Okay, so we've got the 9 of fire here, or 9 of desire. 9 of fire will do. So there's that whole thing about the sense of... It's funny, I keep getting the sense of I keep getting the words desire, creative energy. Desire just keeps coming in here. So there does seem to be a desire in some ways. I just keep getting that sense of just keep getting the words desire. It seems to overwhelm everything else as desire. And so Knight of Domain. That's interesting. So you got that sense of just a slow journey. Just don't rush into it. It just feels like there's this desire, this energy, and it's just take your time with it. Just enjoy the journey, enjoy the adventure along the way. Just seems to be, don't be in a rush, sort of just take your time, just nice and slow. So there's definitely seems to be this just overwhelming desire, creative energy, this attainment, this sense of just perseverance, keep going, don't give up type of energy. So interesting energy coming through here. So yeah, so it definitely feels like there's this slow, long journey ahead with the situation. Right, Jenna, question. Let's focus on you right now. So Jenna, yeah. Yes. So Jenna, your question. You're welcome, Jaguar. You're welcome. So I'm just waiting for Jenna's question because I really want to focus. So let's have a look. Right. What will happen with Hutch? Oh, I was going to end soon, but I've ended up doing some more reading. So let's go back to this here. Right. What will happen with Hutch? Okay. What will be? Ooh, this is falling out here. Interesting. Two of emotions. That sense of connection. Feels like there's going to be quite a strong connection. A very balanced emotional connection coming into play here. Ooh. I do feel like there's definitely a nurturing of your well-being through this process here. I'm sort of, it's quite weird. I'm just getting the sense. Definitely feels like there's something there. I want to say this definitely feels like there's something there to the situation. Let's see. Feels like there's going to be a song. I want to say, like it's like the Queen of Pentacles here. So a sense of a strong sense of security, a nurturing your well-being. Feels like everything's sort of moving in the right direction with the relationship, Jenna. No, you haven't missed your turn. Okay, so it does feel as though there is that really strong connection. Yeah. I do feel like there's a bit of a light between you. A channel, like a connection. I do feel like you're being pushed in this direction, like gently guided, not really pushed, but sort of gently guided in this direction. Just sort of came out quite a bit, Gemma. It just feels like there's that real, does feel like there's quite a strong connection here. So I feel like you're being guided. Could be a past life connection, but in a really positive way. So there's definitely feels like there's that, I just want to say there's that connection there coming in. I feel like you're being guided. Okay, so next was, oh, yep. See, that was the list. So I just did Jenna's, so Ixulana. So I'm just waiting for a question. Yep. Now next, and then Gabriella. Okay. So I'm just waiting for a question. Here we go. Will my mother get the tourist UK visa and come to meet me this August? Okay, what's going to happen with his mother getting a tourist visa? That's cool. You're welcome, Jenna. You're welcome. Yes. with the 3 of fire, definitely feels like yes, yes, yes. And with the Chariot, yes, definitely feels as though they're moving in the right direction. Does feel like your mother's going to get the visa, unless anything delays in the process. But at this stage, it feels like it's going to happen. Does feel like it will happen. So yes, yes. So Gabriella is next. Then there's Man Moore, and then I'm going to go list closed after this. Oh, if you it's 1 question per person. Will Chris contact you? It's all about the past. What's your past memory of the way he contacts you? It's all about past memories. It does feel like there'll be an understanding. So it's all about being affected. I think that you're affected by the past, or the situation is affected by the past. Okay, but there will be a sort of a breakthrough, an understanding of the situation. So whatever's happened in the past is affecting the now, basically. So did he contact you in the past when he said he would? When Chris said he would? When Chris said yeah, basically it's about time for an understanding. Okay, this book's coming out again. Hate to tell you this. So no, I think it's time for you for an understanding. Okay, this is another good book to read. Sorry, I hate giving bad news, but you know when someone doesn't contact you when they say they would? Okay, Mamoa. When someone doesn't contact you when they say they would, or doesn't come and see you, or they haven't said he would. Okay, if he doesn't say anything, usually when someone says something, their actions normally speak louder than words. It's not always words anyway, it's more about actions. What are our heads feeling towards me? Okay, 6 of Swords. That sense of moving ahead. So it feels like shifting into smoother waters. Okay, it definitely feels like there is a connection of some sort, celebration. So we've got that sense of moving towards a sense of connection. So it definitely feels like there's a want to move forward, a want to move into the sense of a connection in some way. So yeah, it does feel like he wants to move towards you. There is that sense of wanting to have that passion, that celebration, that commitment. Okay, finishing up. This is the last one. I've got to go. So this is the last reading because I really have to go. Okay, should I continue my master's in a European country? Oh, this fell out here. This one just about pulled out. So what do we got? 9. Okay, I concentrated on Europe, and it comes up with the 9 of Swords, and that things are a bit of a nightmare with the European side of things. And then the US talks about creating memories. So it does feel like you're very stressed and worried about the situation, okay, especially if you're going to Europe, okay? But if you sort of continue in the US, it is about you being with the past. It could be about past memories, creating memories as well. So it might feel as though it might feel a little bit more comfortable in the US. I think if it's in a European country, obviously that's not home for you. I think you might be finding yourself very stressed and everything. I think there's more to it. I think you need to do a lot of reflecting, maybe ask for some help, some guidance, maybe sort of narrow down. I suppose it depends whereabouts in the European country you want to go to. Could be a language barrier. You know, do you speak French or Italian or German or... So it might be to do with the language. Maybe that's causing you stress and worry. I don't know if that's part of it. And I think with the US could be a bit more comfortable for you. You might feel like it's a bit more comfy. So you got to decide. Really, ultimately, you've got to decide for yourself about whether you can overcome that stress and worry. I wondered if language would be a barrier. I thought it was something to do with language, but I didn't know which one. Okay, languages would be a barrier. And I think that would be the stress and the worry. It's whether if you're going to Italy, it's being able to learn to parlo italiano. being able to speak Italian. Non parlo italiano. Don't speak Italian. So I think that's really important for you to be able to decide whether you could overcome that stress and worry. I think that's the big thing. And if the language is going to be a real barrier for you, are you able to overcome that language barrier to study and learn? Because if you're going to be doing your master's, it's going to be in Italian, right? No, that's not going to be easy. So, yeah. So I think you need to decide whether you can overcome, or whether they do it in English. So you have to decide for yourself what you want to do. Okay, non parlo italiano, so don't speak Italian. So, I mean, totally up to you to whether you could overcome that barrier to be able to speak it every day, to cope. And I think in the US would be a bit more comfy because of the English, and you don't have to worry about language or anything like that. So that's going to be a real challenge. Unless you've got a real basic Italian understanding, yes. It's a lot of money to pay for doing your units in Italian. See, the US would be much more comfortable for you. But totally up to you what you decide to do. It's whether you can overcome that language barrier. Anyway, I better get going. I've got things to do, get sorted. So thank you for being with us. Okay. Oops. You're welcome. You're welcome. Right.